Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can catch more videos like this as I do post them. Also, please do check out the description section below where I often add more information, potentially links, anything else that I thought I probably should have added, or maybe if I had to change a heart about something that I'm talking about, it'll be in there as well. If you happen to own this amplifier, or if you own a different amplifier and you love it and you want to talk about it, please post that in the comment section. Let's get started. I'm going to do a unboxing and then also a review of this amplifier, which is the NAD hybrid digital DAC amplifier. This is the C388. This is a 2-channel amplifier. It has a lot of features as far as music streaming goes. It has some great options as far as what I saw online, and some flexibility. So I also picked up this HDMI 4K add-on that they have for it. I'm going to test it out as well. So let's open this up. Always try to be so careful. Always make sure the knife is in a very small blade position. There we go. The box is actually kind of nice. Let me just turn it around. You can see see how they show the back of the amplifier on the box. Pretty nice. You know, I kind of wish that more companies would do something like that. So let's see, we've got cardboard, and I put this towel on the floor because, you know, after shipping, you know, the box, it comes dirty. It's been through the, it's been through the war with the, the shipping company typically, or the shipping companies. So I don't want to get the carpeting filthied up. So it looks like over here we got a quick start guide. Okay, some type of quick start guide. And inside, that's what it looks like. So let's see, how do we take this out? I'm just going to go with the side over here. What is this? Power cord and power cord. 2 power cords. Am I seeing right here, or am I losing my mind? Ah, no, it's got, oh, okay, I see. Okay, so it has 2 power cords, you know, depending on where you live, what country you're in. So it has the one that looks like this, and then it has the standard one for the USA. I think this one is for Europe, if I'm not mistaken. Quite possibly. Anyway, I don't know. I'm sure it'll say in the instructions. And let's see what we have here. So on the other side, we got the remote. And what else is in it? It looks like batteries and what else? So we got the remote, we got batteries, and an antenna. Wow, it looks nice. Remote looks really nice. I'm gonna just show you the remote. Got the volume and amp, CD, BLS, and turntable, BLS. I think that's Bluetooth something, Bluetooth streaming, if I remember right. I don't have my glasses, so everything's a little fuzzy, but you know, there you go. That's the remote. Nice and spaced. You know, I like this because, to be honest, and let me just reach over here, the Marantz receiver, the 7013, I hate this remote. Everything is so just on top of each other, and when you want to change surround modes, you hit a button over here, and then you hit a button over here to change surround modes, and it throws you into another mode of the receiver, and it's just I hate it. It's like, it's probably the one remote over the years and years of, being into home theater equipment that I really, really don't like the remote. And if anybody knows of another remote that would work with this receiver that, might work better, like maybe they make a remote for another model Marantz, I'll try to pick it up because I really can't stand it. Okay, so now we're down to we got the receiver. We got the receiver and foam all around it. It looks very, very well packed. The foam is nice and thick and solid, and I mean, the box has a little bit of a ding in it in the corners. That's how it is when you order these things, and especially if the shipper is too cheap to put this in another box, which they really could have. So let me move this over here, and then I'll take the box. I always try to put back in whatever like loose things that I can first. I'll take the battery out and the antenna. So I purchased this based on the fact that it's 150 watts a channel. Now, the reason why I picked 150 watts a channel is because many years ago I had a receiver which is an Onkyo. I can't remember the model number, but I'm sure if I looked it up, I could find it. It was one of the ProLogic 2Z receivers, and it had 135 watts a channel. And I remember after I hooked it up to my speakers, I went from I think the receiver before that was like 115 watts, and then when I went to the 135, I was just like, wow, like everything, the sound was just so much more full. And the cones on the speakers were moving like they never have moved before. So this one is 150 watts a channel. I also picked this up because of the very low THD. The total harmonic distortion is rated at a 0.009. Okay, so 0.009. That's really, really, really insanely low, because that puts it into the thousands. Because if it's if it was a 0.09, that would be hundreds. If it was a 0.9, that would be tenths. Okay, and if it was like 9%, stay away. So the distortion is very low, and also because of this HDMI add-on, in case if I do want to use it to stream music some other way, like maybe using the Roku, which I have over here, if I want to potentially hook up a Roku to it. I do happen to have an extra one, so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not, but we'll see. So I'm going to just relocate this. Okay, so this, it's open already, there's no tape. This is the NAD MDC HDM-2. So this is an upgrade module for 4K. Okay, so let's see. Nothing, I don't see anything. Oh, look at this. It looks like a graphics card or a sound card for the computer. So it's got two little screws. There's these two tiny, tiny, tiny little screws. Don't want to lose them. And that's what it looks like. So let's see. You might be wondering why I'm putting on the gloves, because the gloves are rubber. And anytime you touch any type of a computer card, a graphics card, typically what you always want to do is you want to touch the computer case first, so you could discharge any type of static. Yeah, that's it. So we got, let's see, HDMI 1, 2, 3, and HDMI out. Now I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out because I believe it's just a pass-through. Okay, and this is going to go into the back of the receiver at some point, but not just yet. And I'm not going to do it right away. First I'm going to hook up the receiver as is, the amplifier, and I'm going to hook it up. I'm going to hook it up as is, and I'm going to see how it sounds with the streaming, and then later on I'm going to hook up the NAD add-on to it. So let's just go back to the receiver. I mean amplifier. You know, I'm so used to saying receiver from a lifetime of receivers, but this is going to be a little interesting experiment for me, and I do hope that it works out well because it feels very solid. It's very solid feeling. Looks like there's a piece of tape. Okay, very nice. Now that this is unwrapped, this is what we have in the back. You can see the speaker connectors. You got two sets for a A and a B pair. Plus, there's a whole bunch of inputs. There's a subwoofer. No, that's the coaxial. So you got your optical. You got your coaxial, you got your, I think that says subwoofer, does it say subwoofer? No, that's phono, and you know, I really need my glasses, so that's not, I'm not going to continue to read it, but it looks like it's got the 12-volt triggers and stuff like that. Anything on the side? No. Here's the front. Front just looks kind of plain, black, has a volume knob feel. Volume knob feels interesting. And what do we got here? I don't know what that says. I think it says source. And then on top, I don't want to smush the volume knob. There's just some holes over there for ventilation, and I would imagine it's not going to run too hot with the amount of holes that are on top. You know, because if it was going to run hot, then I would imagine they would have had, you know, holes on the sides, holes on the top, more, you know, slots like the way the home theater receivers typically have, you know, slots everywhere. And many of them also put it on the sides too. So let's see. Yeah, so there's a few different inputs, and it has a subwoofer, it has a pre-out for the subwoofer as well. Pretty nice looking. So it has a left and right subwoofer pre-out, and it does have the 12-volt trigger, and let's see, opticals, coaxials, and then of course it has the two slots where I'm going to be putting this HDMI card into. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see. So thanks for watching this unpacking video. I hope that you enjoyed it at least a little bit. I am going to do another video where I'm going to just, you know, talk about the unit, and I'm going to really get into it as far as, you know, my full opinion. So I'm very excited, but I am going to put plenty of time into listening to it and making sure that it is well broken in before, you know, I give that opinion. One of the things that I've learned about, you know, home theater equipment, you know, especially with, you know, home theater receivers, you know, amplifiers in general, is that, you know, you typically don't want to turn it on and then judge it. So it's always a great idea to put, whether it's the amplifiers, the speakers, whatever it is, you know, try to give it a good 40 hours or so before you really start to, you know, pass judgment on it. Most of these things need some type of a period to break in, you know. So thanks again for watching, and, you know, have yourselves a great day.